The first time I saw Mandy, it was a big dodgeball tournament, kind of a meet and greet, and she was so cute down there on the court, terrified, and you could tell she was regretting ever going out there. But she looked terrified and it was so cute, and I knew that I needed to talk to her the next day. So the next day, I saw her right before class, and she was sitting on the floor. There were no chairs around, and we're waiting to go into a class, and so I
sat down next to me and tried to start a conversation about how I didn't enjoy myself out playing dodgeball at our college Olympics and was making fun of me because I was pretty bad at dodgeball.
Hope to joke about, well, you look like you really love dodgeball. I don't think she thought that was too funny. But that started the conversation.
He just laughed and we kept talking after that, and he asked me to go on a first date, and I was really serious about school at that time because we hadn't even been a few weeks in. And so he says that I rejected him 3 times, but I didn't reject him 3 times. I'm just really focused on my education. So he had first asked me out. He had messaged me on good old Facebook Messenger, and he sent me a message. He's like, hey, how would you feel about going on a hike sometime? And I'm like, yeah, we can go on a hike, but after our first exam.
She wasn't going to go out with me before the exam, not a chance.
After the exam, I'm a woman of my word, and I sent him a Facebook message back again, and I said, so how about that hike?
And it took 3 times for me to ask her out before she asked me out. And I thought, that was pretty great.
So the hike, we met up in good old Cumberland Gap, and we went for the walk, and I had no idea that he had figured out my favorite desserts, found a restaurant down there that would hold some ice cream in their freezer and a wine in their cooler.
So I planned for at least a week in advance and bought her favorite ice cream, and so I knew we were going to go hiking, and the restaurant I happened to know the owner at was at the bottom of the hiking trail. We met at the trailhead, went for a nice long walk. On the way down, I very specifically remember I felt so accomplished because I made her laugh and an enormous snot bubble came out and sucked it right back in, and I caught it in the corner of my eye, and she was so embarrassed, and I was so happy. I felt so accomplished that I had made her laugh that much, and she was very embarrassed.
And after we had finished the hike, he had popped in there, picked it up, and we sat in the park and had ice cream, chocolate-covered ice cream, and bananas and wine.
And we sat there in the Cumberland Gap Park and watched the sun go down.
Jim and I dated for now almost a little over 6 years. He proposed last summer, right before we had started our official residency training. We had just finished intern year. My sister came into town to visit me for the first time in Cleveland, Ohio.
I found out that her sister was coming in town, and I thought this was going to be a great opportunity for me to propose, but I knew I wanted to do something unique.
She wanted to see my hospital that I'm going to be working in, so I went and I gave her a tour of the hospital. And
I told her sister immediately, I want to propose, but I think I want to propose to her on the helipad on the top of our hospital.
I legitimately gave her a tour of the hospital, and we kept running into people that we knew in the hospital. So some of Jim's friends were there, and I was very gullible, and I believed everything that was in front of me. And
somehow we were able to convince her, with the help of a few of my co-residents, to take an elevator without her knowing to the top of, I think, the 14th floor of the hospital, all the way to the top, where I was waiting in a suit.
They're like, oh, we just finished doing orientation and we have access to the helipad. Do you want to come? And I'm like, yeah, I'm giving my sister a tour of the hospital. Let's go. So we kept running into people along the way, and we got into elevator about to go up to the helipad, and I was texting Jim the whole time. I'm like, Jim, we're gonna come see you after we go up to the helipad. And I take a selfie of all of us in the elevator and send it to him. And this whole time, poor Jim, is the hottest day in Cleveland. And he's in his suit standing on the roof of the hospital on the helipad waiting for me very patiently. And I get out there and I see him in his suit and I'm just like, what?
And I proposed to her on the helipad looking over downtown Cleveland.
He went out of his way to make it perfect, as he does everything. And I'm really, really lucky to have someone like him in my life who really prioritizes me and thinks very deeply about everything he does. Jim, we are finally here. I just wanted to pause and take a deep breath, soak it all in. How blessed are we to be here in this moment, surrounded by the people we love, in the first city that we explored together, the place we learned about each other and fell in love with each other in. The memories we made will last a lifetime, and I'm so excited to be standing here in front of the love of my life. I am so lucky to have found you. You are the kindest, most loving and giving man to everyone around you. Everyone's lucky to have you, and I get to have you 24/7. So I'm the luckiest woman in the world. As we take on this life together, you can count on me to always love you until we're old farts. I love you so much.
Love you. Dear Mandy, my beautiful bride, my Abibti, my Eti, my partner, and my best friend. I love and respect and adore you more than you know. When I look at you, I see the future. I see support, and I see a happier life than I ever could have imagined. I can't imagine my life without you, your love, your kindness, and your grace. Everything you touch is better for it. Your creativity, your passion, and your loyalty are just a few of your beautiful traits you bless me with every day. And I cannot wait to spend the rest of my life hand in hand with the most beautiful person I've ever met. I love you.
Jim and Mandy have formalized their love before us now. We bear witness that this ceremony has united them as man and wife. You guys are married. You may kiss your spouse. Now, may we all welcome the bride and groom.
Jim is the most compassionate, giving, and loving person I've ever met in my life. I love his heart. I think he's just got the biggest heart. He's just pure gold. He just emanates kindness and love, and he just has such good energy. That's what attracted me to him in the first place. Everything about him just was positive.
Mandy is the most loyal person I've ever met. To have her in your corner, you can't lose. You're gonna win every time, and she's gonna make sure. And then I love that about her. She's unbelievably creative. Anything she touches is instantly more beautiful. I'm so excited to have somebody like that in my life.
nights you've been dancing on the clouds. You're heaven sent. Did it hurt when you hit the ground? You sparkle like a diamond. You take my breath away. I'm hashtag blessed. You're the beat to my J. The way you move, the way you shake. So hot and so cool. Can't help but say I freaking love you. Something about you. Got all of the feels. It's magic for real. I freaking love you. Got all of the feels. It's magic for real. I freaking love you. I freaking love you.
The groomsmen just keep talking about the UT game, and they just don't understand. It's just my wedding day. They need to focus.
That's the longest dress she's ever worn.
It is my birthday and no one cares.
I really have to go to the bathroom right now.
This is the weirdest parade I've ever been in.